Welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. And today I'm very excited about this program. It is Marble Festival time again here in Sylacauga, which is a big part of what I do at the library during this time. Dr. Ted Spears is joining me today. He is the Marble Festival Chairman and have been for 11 years. Is that correct?
That's correct. It seemed like just yesterday, but it's been 11 years.
Oh my goodness. And right now I just want to thank you for all the hard work you've done over these 11 years and many more years before that to get this going and to bring people to our city, to let them know about the beautiful treasure we have in marble, and even to let guests out of town come in, but also to have our people here know what a treasure we have in our marble. So thank you.
It's really a pleasure, and it's really been interesting. You mentioned the people that come in, but also there's a lot of people who have come to Sylacauga in the last few years and were not aware of the marble that we have and the purpose of the Marble Festival. So it has just really been rewarding to get people to see Sylacauga, to come to town, to visit, to go to the marble tours, to eat downtown, to shop downtown. And we get people, I had a phone call this weekend from the Irondale Methodist Church. They're bringing their senior group back.
Lots of groups.
They came 3 years ago. They said it was so good that they wanted to come last year, but things messed up their schedule, but now they're coming this year.
Well, good. I know groups are already coming in or making plans to come in. Well, let's go back, I guess, to the very beginning. What is the mission of the Sylacauga Marble Festival?
The mission is to recreate the magic of marble through its artistic, industrial, and commercial properties.
Right.
And we say that because of three things. For a while, there was no dimensional stone or sculpting type stone taken out of the ground here, and it's going into other things, but the commercial aspect has grown so, and it's so fascinating to know that the bread that we eat and all the flour has marble components, medicine has marble components, fertilizer, automobile parts, and it's just anything that can replace petroleum in the production process, looking at marble as the filler, and it's non-polluting, it's non-invasive in any form or fashion, and it's very popular. And because of that, 4 out of the last 5 major industries to move to Sylacauga came here because of marble. So we have every reason to be proud about that and happy that marble is here.
Yes.
Oh, and the other thing, it can't leave and go to another country.
That's true. It can't pack up, can it? No. There's enough marble here for many, many more years.
Well, at the current rate of extraction, the people at the quarries tell me there's more than enough to last for the next 100 years. So if anybody's worrying beyond 100 years, I really feel sorry for them. But the beauty of that is that when they leave, we have the possibility of having the largest man-made lake in the world. And so if you want to buy waterfront property on Lake Sylacauga, you better get in line, because 100 years from now, 150 years from now, it'll be available.
It will. I'll tell my grandchildren about that, I bet you. And speaking of the lake, I know I was out this weekend. I went down to Fayetteville to eat, and so Ginger Clifton and I stopped by the observation point. And even though I've been out there several times, it is still beautiful. The big blue hole is what I call it.
It's really a wonderful thing, and it's something that those of us who live here in Sylacauga take for granted, but I know that I do tours out there, and I meet people out there on the weekend. I know that you all have, and Ginger and Joan will be in charge of the tours that will go out there.
Right.
But it's absolutely a geological marvel to look at that and to realize the information on those little kiosks from the industrial and the commercial, and then the time frame, how long the marble has been there and how it was formed. And people are really fascinated about it, and we really have something to be proud of, and it's something that will really make Sylacauga a destination point.
Yes. Oh, here we are. There's a picture of some of the students who come for trips. They go there first. A lot of the time the classes will go there, and someone will talk to them, you or someone will talk to them about marble.
Well, you know, it's interesting to see the children. They ask some of the best questions of all. I mean, we get good questions from everybody, but their minds are so inquisitive and they see so much. To see something live and see not on television, not on video, is a new experience for them. And they have just a gamut of observations and questions that normally an adult wouldn't think of, and they're all good questions.
Yeah, that is a nice area out there. There's plenty of room. You can see plenty of room for the buses, and there you are talking to a group. You see the fence there.
Look how beautiful it is in the background there. It's just, and they're so interested in it, and we give them all a piece of marble or as big as your fist or as small as they want it to take home. And but the teachers collect them in buckets and give them to them when they get home. They don't want them throwing them on the bus.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And when they go here, and I know now they've added a little sidewalk, and I think there's some plaques out there where you can read. You know, when you have more time to go read. It is just a beautiful place to look at the original quarry, I believe. Yeah,
that's the original quarry. That's the one that Moretti and the quarry itself became famous for. And as you know, there was a village that was there that people who worked in the quarry lived right on the edge of the quarry. They had a school there, they had churches there, they had a country store, they had a post office, they had an airstrip and a golf course.
Oh, I didn't know about the golf course.
So, you know, it was a self-contained area, and it really has a lot of rich history. When you know, while we're talking about that, our history book that the Library Foundation commissioned by Ruth Cook is going to be out in December of this year.
Oh, okay.
And we've made application, and the book is going to be declared the bicentennial book.
Oh, wonderful.
And so we're thrilled with that. And I guess this is as good a time as any is to invite people. Ms. Cook's going to be here on the 5th of April at 10 o'clock to do a PowerPoint presentation at the library on Geneva Mercer, who was an important part of Moretti's success and Moretti's paintings as well as his sculpting. And she was a native Alabama girl, been born in the Black Belt, and it's just a wonderful story. And then you want to hear more about it, you need to come to the meeting. We're making a special event out of it, and we originally were just going to do it for one of our tour groups, the Auburn University Travelers, but then we decided to open it up, and anyone who would like to come and be a part of that, we're delighted to have them. That
would be great. And I know when I hear the name Ruth Cook, I think of Sylacauga Marble. She has done, I'm sure, hours and hours and hours of research.
She's been working on it for years. Goodness. You know, she did the first little pamphlet, the little magazine type book, catalog on it, and we had such great response for that. We just she started working on it, and we've reached this point. It's been a long trip, about a 10-year trek.
Goodness.
And so it's going to be a definitive history, and it's so interesting, and so many people don't realize what the history of marble means to this community. And so we're doing that for them, and the book will be for sale, and just save your pennies, and it'll be on sale in December, we hope.
That'll be great. We're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll come right back and talk some more about the Marble Festival.
It's time to celebrate what makes Sylacauga so unique at the 11th Annual Magic of Marble Festival, April 2nd through 13th. Visit Central Park across from Bluebell to see sculptors from across the country at work. Take a tour of a marble quarry, or admire the beautiful sculptures on display at the Comer Library. For more information, visit our website at bbcomerlibrary.net.
Or our Facebook page. Celebrate Alabama's bicentennial as you experience the magic of marble April 2nd through 13th.
OMIA was founded in 1884 in Switzerland and has approximately 180 locations in over 50 countries. We're a leading global producer of industrial minerals from calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate comes in many forms, and here in Sylacauga we're fortunate to have very high quality marble. So come learn about the unique history of the finest white marble in the world and celebrate Alabama's bicentennial Sylacauga Magic of Marble Festival, April 2nd through 13th.
Experience Sylacauga Scenic Overlook while learning about the unique history of the finest white marble in the world. The Emmerich Gantz Quarry Observation Site is open to the public from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's located just off of Highway 280 on the Sylacauga-Fayetteville Highway. Come celebrate Alabama's bicentennial. Sylacauga's Magic of Marble Festival, April the 2nd through the 13th.
Thank you for joining us back on Library Connection. I'm talking with Dr. Ted Spears, the Sylacauga Marble Festival chairman, and I have to give a shout out to Robert today at the TV station putting together these marble commercials and the videos and things we're going to watch. Thank you, Robert, and thank you, TV47, for allowing us to talk about this on the air and tell people what's going on. I saw in those commercials the bicentennial logo on there. How is the Marble Festival related to the Alabama Bicentennial?
You know, it's really related in a number of ways, historically, and then culturally and many other ways. But we made application to the Bicentennial Commission to make the Sylacauga Marble Festival a certified event and a destination point during the 2019 year. And we were granted that privilege, and because of that, everything that is advertising the 200th birthday of Sylacauga is also going all over the state with a statewide celebration. So that they'll know, hey, if you want to go to Sylacauga, they're having a marble festival. They have tours. They've got that beautiful marble quarry. We've got the observation point. And so it's a certified event, and one that's being encouraged and publicized, you know, throughout the nation.
That's wonderful.
So we're thrilled with that, and so we expect a lot of influx of people, questions, and situations where hey, we got to go to Sylacauga and see that.
That's right. Any way to get the word out a little bit more. And it's nice to have it, a bicentennial event. And that's not something you just stick the logo on. It's a process of applying, and they have to okay that. So
we had to write an application to it. Shirley wrote the application, and we spent time telling them about what we're going to emphasize and what have you. And they were thrilled with it, and they emailed us back and said, we're going to include it in our certification, and it will be a sanctified and certified event for the bicentennial.
Wonderful. Well, I'll have to just right here thank, I know you have a committee that works with you and a lot of volunteers and people that give a lot of time to this.
You know, without the people on the Marble Committee, I don't think we could have a Marble Festival. All of them are volunteers. We don't have a single paid employee. They come to meetings, they make speeches, they go to other towns, other places, they help us with the tours, just in any number of ways. They help us in the sales room. So, you know, without the people on the Marble Committee, it'd just be something you heard of, but they make it publicized, and we could not operate, we could not have the kind of festival we have without our committee members.
That's true. That's true. Well, for those people that may not know about it, the Marble Festival is sponsored by the Alabama State Council on the Arts and the Sylacauga Arts Council. And an Italian sculptor comes every year from April 2nd to the 13th, and then sculptors from all over the country come and set up across from Bluebell in Central Park. And they get a big block of marble, and they're sculpting. There we go. There's a tour group coming over there. This is from the last few years.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is some pictures of the people who were visiting here. Machello was here last year, and Enzo Torcoletti, and that's Pamela Payne from Montgomery, and another picture of Machello. So you see, we have the activity going. That's Sam Shepard, who worked with the State Geological Survey for a number of years. He's retired now, and he's been to every one since then. And that's our Frank Murphy.
Yes.
Francesca is going along with that. And so
wonderful.
We're just thrilled. We've got some regulars that come back. As I mentioned, Sam Shepard, he was already interested, and he had already surveyed every granite mine, every bauxite mine, every marble mine in the state. He knew all about it. And he had an affinity for the white Sylacauga marble, and so he's been here every time.
That's great. They come, set up across from Bluebell, and now anyone in town can just stop by and watch what they're doing. That's what that's what we want to do. Walk
Yeah,
by,
we
see what
encourage
they're doing.
that. There's no fee. We don't sell anything. It's purely an artistic endeavor, and they can come by and watch and talk to the sculptors. You know, they'll take time if you don't mind getting marble dust on you. But,
Oh, yeah.
they'll be chipping and sanding and sculpting, and they'd love to talk about the piece they're working on because most of them indicate to me that when they take the piece of marble, they wait till the marble speaks to them to
Goodness.
help them design and complete what they're doing. So talk to marble people who lets the marble talk to them, and they may learn some of the hard knocks of life.
That's true. That's true. And I like that it's not just a one-time thing. I mean, especially for those of us that live here, go by one day, see what they're doing. Then, you know, go by another day or two and just see how it's changed to see as they're sculpting what they're making.
Yeah,
That's fun to
you
me.
can see a raw piece of marble to begin with, and yet it turns into some of the most beautiful figurines or beautiful statues or sculptured pieces which indicate what the sculptor was thinking and the talent that they obviously have. So
Yes.
it's just wonderful to see the transition. It's almost like a birth of an idea that you
Yes.
talk to them about, and you come back 3 days later, a week later, and you see the finished product or one that's almost finished.
Very-
So we're thrilled with the artistic endeavors and our reputation. We've got got 37 registered now. As a matter of fact, we've closed the registration for the sculptors because we don't have enough room for any more than that. We started out, we were hoping we have to have at least 15 before we have the festival.
Right.
And we cannot handle any more than 30, but we found out we could handle a few more.
Just a few more.
And so we had more applications, and we had more people that we had to reject because we just will not have room
Right.
for them. So we asked those people to apply again next year.
Right.
And-
Well, yeah, the word is spread, and I'm sure when they're here working together, they learn from each other and enjoy visiting and talking.
You know, they have a camaraderie among themselves. In the afternoon when they go to lunch together, they see people they haven't seen before, or there's people haven't seen them since last year.
Right.
And they talked about the shows that they went to. And we have some instructors from a couple of marble schools, Janowski and a lady from Atlanta. She brings 5 or 6 of her students, and they stay
goodness.
the full time. We have a couple of retirees like we had last year, Jim Laney from Huntsville,
Yes.
and Jim Ewing, who's a retired lawyer from the Atlanta area. He comes every year and stays the full time.
Goodness.
And
All
so
right.
we got people from all walks of life, retired teachers, retired businessmen. And Larry Bottomley, a retired professor from Georgia Tech, has been coming every year. He's become very popular doing marble fish
Oh,
from
yes.
just absolutely
seen that.
gorgeous creations. And so we establish a relationship with those people, and they get to feel like they're part of the community, and they look forward to coming back. And so that's what we were after, to help make Sylacauga the wonderful city that you and I know that it
Yes.
is. And
That's
we just
right.
like to spread that, and it's a wonderful sort of thing. And getting designated as a bicentennial event is a real shot in the arm to us.
That's wonderful. Well, we will pause again for another commercial break and come back and talk a little bit more.
It's time to celebrate what makes Sylacauga so unique at the 11th Annual Magic of Marble Festival, April 2nd through 13th. Visit Central Park across from Bluebell to see sculptors from across the country at work. Take a tour of a marble quarry or admire the beautiful sculptures on display at the Comer Library. For more information, visit our website at bbcomerlibrary.net.
Or our Facebook page. Celebrate Alabama's bicentennial as you experience the magic of marble April 2nd through 13th.
OMIA was founded in 1884 in Switzerland and has approximately 180 locations in over 50 countries. We're a leading global producer of industrial minerals from calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate comes in many forms, and here in Sylacauga we're fortunate to have very high quality marble. So come learn about the unique history of the finest white marble in the world and celebrate Alabama's bicentennial Sylacauga Magic of Marble Festival, April 2nd through 13th.
Experience Sylacauga Scenic Overlook while learning about the unique history of the finest white marble in the world. The Emirates Gantz Quarry Observation Site is open to the public from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is located just off of Highway 280 on the Sylacauga-Fayetteville Highway. Come celebrate Alabama's bicentennial, Sylacauga's Magic of Marble Festival, April the 2nd through the 13th.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Dr. Ted Spears about the Sylacauga Marble Festival coming up April 2nd through the 13th. And we do want to sure thank Emirates, Amia, Sylacauga Marble. They are so gracious to help with the festival, different activities going on. Any of those people, I know they do a lot to help us.
Let me say that all of them have been wonderful. They have been with us from the very beginning. But I want to say a special thanks to Jake Swindle and the Sylacauga Marble Quarry group. They have been wonderful. They furnish the marble that we give to the sculptors to sculpt with, and they've just been involved in it in every way. And they're selling more marble all over the world, and they realize the importance of the Marble Festival because it gets their word out also.
Sure.
I get calls every day, and I put them in touch with Jake and his people, and they do an advertising of their own. And now they're doing advertising and letting them know that their marble is also a 200-year-old situation with the State Department.
Oh,
and,
the bicentennial, yes.
The bicentennial.
Yes. Well,
and so that's just a wonderful thing.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I do want to tell too. You may not be able to purchase a large piece of marble, but there are marble pieces for sale at the library, and they will be during the festival in the marble sale room. There we go. There's a picture of it.
You know, that has really been one of the most popular things that we've done.
Right.
And people look forward to coming back, and we have people who come solely for that purpose, is going to look at it and buy things. So I will say the first week, and you see there the cutting boards that the Sylacauga Marble Quarry gives us are sold, and every dime of that goes into the children's program at the library. So we certainly
I
want
definitely
to
want to plug that. That's great.
And
yes.
a hometown boy, this is the Resurrection that
Frank Murphy.
Frank Murphy did, and Frank is with us every time, and we certainly want to mention our resident sculptor, Craig Brown. He has been a wonderful shot in the arm for Sylacauga and the sculpting world, and we just certainly want to recognize that fact.
Right. Yes, and I'll have to tell you, I do tours for children, but we'd love for you to come into the library anytime to see the pieces we have. I mean, the sale room goes on during the time that the festival is going on, but we have all the pieces from the past Marble Festival, from the Italian sculptor. We have those in-house at the library, and they are beautiful, and there's just a story behind each one.
You know, we didn't start out with anything other than to get a piece that the master sculptor from Italy completed, and we put them in the library. But now what has happened over the 11 years, that not only the 11 pieces, but any additional pieces that they may have done is in the library. And at this point, we've got probably the best marble collection of any place in Alabama, and it's all from the local sculptors, but mostly from the Italian master sculptors who came here. And that's not lost on the city of Pietrasanta, which is the one which we have the Friendship Pact with. And they follow it very closely, and what things happen here at Channel 47 and the news, we give it to Pietrasanta, and it's on the streets over there the next day.
Oh my goodness,
So that has just been a wonderful situation that developed. But we're proud of that, and we couldn't do it without the support of the people and the support of the city of Sylacauga. They've just been wonderful. Mayor Heigl and the city council have gone overboard to make sure that this is one of the best festivals around.
Well, it is a wonderful thing, and I know we appreciate some of the pieces. Of course, like I said, in the library we have from the Italian sculptors. We also have some pieces, some of Craig's pieces, some of Frank Murphy's pieces, and other pieces. Frank and I went to church together, I don't know if we were in school together, but I've known Frank, and I just appreciate him coming back to Sylacauga to be involved in part of this.
Yeah, he is a unique talent. You know, his true love was painting murals in churches, religious murals.
Yes.
And he's famous for that. And he's painted murals inside churches, on the ceiling, on the walls, on the windows, all over the South. And he's done a number of religious paintings he is famous for. But he came after a couple of years and started carving. And his first piece was Rapunzel.
Our favorite.
Absolutely,
One of our
there in the library. And he did that with nothing but a hammer and a chisel.
Goodness.
No pneumatic tools, no electrical tools, no nothing, even the sanding. And, you know, it's just one of the most interesting pieces I think that we have in the library because of the fable and the stories and the things that you all use with story time. It's
Everybody knows Rapunzel.
yeah. And all the kids like to touch her hair too.
They do, yeah. And then Craig Brown, our resident sculptor, I know you mentioned him, and I have to talk about the piece on our front lawn, Once Upon a Time, is a beautiful piece. And come and sit on the pillow and be a part of that story, and then Sylacauga emerging across the street. So nice to have Craig in town and a part of our community.
Oh, he's done some beautiful pieces, and he's done some pieces for Monroeville, the Mockingbird piece, and then the Madonna and Child for one of the Catholic churches in Birmingham, and then the Helen Keller piece that went to Ivy Green the last year, and he has helped bring a great deal of notice and tribute to the Marble Festival and to the city of Sylacauga.
He has. So we're very glad they're all here in town. Other ways that we can be involved in the festival, there are tours of the marble quarries. If you pick up a flyer, we have them at the library. They're around town. You can go to the Facebook page or the Marble Festival website. They have tours of the quarries at different days. You do have to call ahead and plan a time to go, but I have not been on one of those. I say every year I'm going to go, and I think this may be the year I go. I need to make that phone call. But those are interesting too.
I'll put in a good word with Ginger and Joan so they can work you into the tour.
Maybe they can work me into that. That'll be great. Well, we hope that you will be a part of what's going on. I know going to see the sculptures is so fun. I enjoy that. Anything else we need to know? We've thanked everybody. We've talked about where you can get information. Like I said, the Facebook page, the website. Call us at the library and ask anything you need to know that's going on. Pick up a flyer. We're just really excited, and I thank you for all the hard work you do. I know a lot of work goes into it.
One of the other companies that we need to thank is NEMAC.
Yes.
They are sponsoring the Children's Marble Poster Contest, and that has turned out to be one of the most beautiful things we've ever seen. And that is when you have elementary children painting or drawing or sculpting something that they think that is important in the marble world is just really mind-blowing.
Those are great, and those will be on display. They've already collected them, I believe. They'll be on display. The winners will be. And it is nice to see what they've learned. You know, it's being taught in their classrooms, so it's great.
Absolutely, and I'd like to remind everybody that in 1969, the legislature adopted marble, Sylacauga marble, as the official state rock. And they didn't do much with it, but now we're doing a great deal with it, and we're just so thankful that everybody is cooperating and working hard to make this truly the Marble City.
Right. Well, that's the perfect note to end on. Thank you for joining us on Library Connection. Glad you said that. I forgot about the post.